Well, it's officially Word of the Year season. Apparently that's a thing nowadays. Today, the Macquarie Dictionary announced its winner, which unsurprisingly is a COVID-related word, but surprisingly may not be the one you were expecting. Stroll out. Stroll out. A blend of roll out and stroll, and the word refers to the perceived lack of speed in Australia's vaccine rollout over the past year. It sounds awfully political to me. To pick this apart and to tell us what the other winners are around the world, I'm joined now by resident wordsmith Kel Richards. Kel, thank you very much for coming in.
My pleasure, mate.
All right, stroll out. What do you make of that? Because I understand that the ACTU secretary is claiming it was hers.
Yes, and I think her claim is justified. Look, on the panel that picked this sort of thing, David Astle and other friends of mine, and they're nice people, but I'm sorry, you got it wrong. I'll give you three reasons why they're wrong. Firstly, because it's a political partisan word. It is such a political word that
it is.
Yeah. So you don't really want that. It's from the union movement. It's been taken up by the Labor Party. It was done to sledge a coalition government. So it's a political word. Secondly, as you mentioned, hasn't been used enough. I mean, they're meant to find words which have dominated the conversation. It hasn't been part of the conversation. It's turned up in Parliament out of the mouths of Labor politicians, and it's been quoted in the media by the Labor hacks, but it's not been part of the conversation. The third reason is that in picking the word of the year, you are meant to pick a winner. Right? It's meant to be a word that's likely to become part of the Australian language. Now, ain't going to happen.
No.
Stroller, it's not going to become part of it.
Especially now that we've done better than just about every country in the world.
That's right. So already it's looking out of date and old-fashioned because our figures are good. By the time the election's over next year, you will never hear it again. Yeah. Macquarie, you're nice people. I really like your work, but I'm sorry, you're wrong.
The Merriam-Webster came up with a pretty ordinary word.
They came up with vaccine, but there's a reason for it, because their method for choosing it is different to all the other dictionaries. What they do is they go to their website and their computer counts the hits, the requests, and it was the most looked-for word in the dictionary was vaccine. The word vaccine, by the way, comes from the Latin word for cow, vacca, cow, because the very first vaccine was using cowpox to protect against smallpox. It was a new medical procedure, didn't have a name for it, so the dear old cow got her name into the medical dictionary with vaccine. But anyway,
has the word Rona come up anywhere? Because I've got to say, colloquially, it is being used frequently.
Yeah, it came up last year.
Okay.
It's now regarded as a fairly established term.
Right, OK. Oxford English Dictionary.
Yes. They came up with VAX, V-A-X, as an abbreviation of vaccination or vaccine. And the reason they came up with, they said, look, it's been around since the 1980s, but its use exploded this year, not just as vax, but all the variations, anti-vaxxers, double vaxxers. There are vaccinistas, people who are so keen on so keen that if you're an anti-vaxxer, they'll be really angry with you. And this one, a vaxie. Have you had a vaxie? That's when you take a selfie while you're getting the shot. So
it's like the kids using the noun to become a verb versus. Who are we versing today, Dad? They're all saying it. It's never been used that way.
Well, with the kids, it's now about 20 years they've been doing it. We're just catching up with what they're doing.
OK, sorry. So vax has now, because of this is Oxford English Dictionary, it is a word. If I play Scrabble, I can put VAX.
You can put VAX, and if you look it up in the Oxford, and I log into the Oxford big database, it's there. It is in the dictionary, VAX, OK.
Collins Dictionary?
Collins came up with NFT, which is a tech word. It means non-fungible token. Now, Chris will explain to you exactly what a non-fungible...
Absolutely not.
The word fungible came into the English language in 1649, and it means replaceable. So if you and I did a contract to me to provide something for you, say a $50 bill, wouldn't matter which $50 bill is because they're all replaceable, they're all identical. But if the deal was, I've got a $50 bill signed by Bob Hawke, then no other $50 bill will do. It's non-fungible, it's irreplaceable. Now, in the digital world, the same thing exists. There are digital components with their domain names or their works of art, digital works of art, which cannot be duplicated, cannot be copied. They're irreplaceable, therefore they're non-fungible. Therefore, they have non-fungible tokens, they are NFTs. Collins really think this is the big
I've
hot
got no
word.
fungible idea. But look, there must be a group of nerds at the Collins Dictionary to come up with something like that.
Can I say, Macquarie had it on their shortlist. When I saw the Macquarie shortlist, I thought, what's NFT doing there? Then Collins came out with their, we've chosen the word of the year, and it's NFT, and I thought, come on. So obviously, I talked to one of the panel operators at 2GB, Declan, nice young bloke. He's, what, in his 30s?
Yeah.
Declan knew all about it. As soon as I said NFT, yes.
I'm feeling older.
So that's the problem.
Okay,
it's probably an age group thing.
All right. Kel Richards, thank you very much for coming in.
My pleasure.
There you go. I'm feeling very old indeed.